Ministry of the Presidency calls for retraction of false Kaitro News article, and Finance Ministry investigating rise in exchange rates. Hello, welcome to InfoHub. It's Thursday, October 10. We have lots to tell you. The Ministry of the Presidency has called for the immediate retraction of a false report published in the October 10, 2019 edition of the Kaitro News. The ministry has condemned the article headlined, "No Cash Transfers in the Absence of Detailed Studies, President Granger," which the ministry says is designed to spread misinformation. In a statement released today, the ministry stated that the article deliberately distorts His Excellency President David Granger's responses to questions posed to him by senior journalist Julia Johnson on the margins of the accreditation ceremony hosted on Wednesday. The release further stated that at no time did President Granger say cash transfers to citizens from the oil revenues were dependent on detailed studies. The statement also clarified that the president had said the Working People's Alliance made a proposal, but no details had been worked out. The ministry therefore contends that the article is inaccurate and does not reflect the head of state's true statements. It is therefore calling on Kaitro News to immediately retract the inaccurate article and to publicize the accurate statements made by the head of state. The ministry further encourages members of the media corps to hold fast to the principles of sound journalism and to desist from publishing inaccurate information. Also in the news today, the Finance Ministry is investigating sudden price increases at some city cambios.
The Ministry of Finance has launched an investigation into why some cambios in the city have significantly increased their selling rates for the United States dollar when there is no shortage in the banking system. Some cambios reportedly increased their exchange rate to 235 Ghana dollars for $1. In an interview, the Minister of Finance, the Honorable Winston Jordan, is reported to have said, quote, "I can tell you we have adequate reserves. We have almost US $530 million in the banking system. The reserves are nearly US $500 million as at the end of August. The commercial banks do have a lot of cash. There is absolutely no question about it." End of quote. According to the finance minister, the increases were implemented at a few cambios, thus leading the investigation in a certain direction. Checks at Republic Bank and GBTI, as well as inquiries from the Bank of Guyana, revealed that US dollars were available at 215 or 216 Ghana dollars to $1. Persons desirous of purchasing US currency are encouraged to do so at established banking facilities. The Finance Ministry is expected to pronounce on its findings by the next week. Felicia Valenzuela, InfoHub.
Over $34 million in presidential and capital grants were handed over to Toshaus for green, sustainable community projects.
The checks were presented to 25 village leaders by Minister of Indigenous Peoples Affairs Sidney Alikak and Minister within the Ministry Valerie Guridalo during the 13th Annual National Toshaus Council Conference being held at the Architron Conference Center. Among the projects that will be executed are the construction of village guest houses and resource centers, bridges, agriculture, tourism, and transportation. Bashaijan village also received an ATV and the community of Hotokwai an outboard engine. Tushao of Hotokwai Owen Singh explained that the $1 million presidential grant his village received will be used to clear a new recreational space for the youths.
We having a play field very well, but what happens is that there is two schools. One is the bottom school and one is top school. And the bottom school, they renovated it and there are a lot of glass window down there. And on the top school, there are 48 solar panels. So we cannot play like games because the glass could break. And if we hit any ball to the upper school, it could break also the solar panels. So this is why we are using this presidential grant now to clear a new play field.
Singh also explained that the 40 horsepower boat engine will be used to transport elderly residents to uplift their pensions at the Mabruma Township and assist farmers to take their produce to the market. He commended the administration for its continued support to his community.
Well, I feel good. I feel happy about it because it is something good for our community. It will benefit us a lot.
The Presidential Grants Program is aimed at creating self-sufficiency within the hinterland communities through green, innovative projects. This year, over $200 million will be invested in 215 villages and communities under the program. Sonika Thorne, InfoHub.
The Guyana Post Office Corporation has improved a significant component of its customer relations service as it now caters to the comfort of people living with disabilities as well as senior citizens. On Wednesday, in observance of World Post Day, the GPOC commissioned the $12 million rehabilitated Anna Regina Post Office, which now boasts improved infrastructure upgrades.
We want to make it more comfortable and easier for us to serve you. Around the world, the Postal Service is renewing, reviewing, and reorganizing. And in Guyana, it's no different. We are still keen on making sure that all the post offices are able to provide modern facilities and technology in this digital world that is coming.
Minister of Public Telecommunications, the Honourable Catherine Hughes, spoke at the commissioning of the Post Office, where she emphasised the need to adapt to a changing world, noting that the postal service must be able to meet the needs of the people. The reopening of the Post Office falls in line with the theme for this year's celebration, Delivering Development. The Post Office now has improved security features in addition to catering for persons with disabilities, has better seating arrangements and washroom facilities for pensioners, and the room to house an ICT hub. Acting Postmaster General Anastasia Lynch revealed that the GPOC continues to evolve to effectively serve the populace.
GPOC has diversified. GPOC is developing. We are undergoing a transformation, a positive one. Our half-yearly financials for 2019 is a reflection of this. The reopening of this edifice that will occur today is a reflection of this as well. We have made a turn towards development, and while the path ahead resembles an obstacle course, I'm reassured by the commitment of our minister and our board of directors, the catalysts behind this transformation.
Lynch noted that the GPOC is operating at an optimal level, delivering 98% of its mails within 2 days. Felicia Valenzuela, InfoHub.
Still to come, Cane Grove youths benefit from donation of sports gear and plans for CPL watch party progressing smoothly. Details of these after the break.
Are you ready to embark on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America, where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape? From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways and lush enriching rainforest would provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. This untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travelers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.
Thanks for staying with us. Youths of 3 sports clubs are benefiting from the distribution of gear and equipment by the Department of Social Cohesion, Culture, Youth and Sport. The clubs are managed by the Cane Grove Neighborhood Democratic Council.
During the presentation ceremony held at the NDC's office on Wednesday, Minister of Social Cohesion, the Honorable Dr. George Norton, said the gesture was in response to a request made by the representatives of the NDC. The minister noted that his ministry has an open-door policy that encourages members of the public to meet him and spotlight the issues they wish to be addressed.
It's a different approach that we're adopting now, and we want to give everybody that opportunity.
The recently resuscitated club called Bloodful Full Blood received a cricket kit, including gloves, helmets, knee pads, and balls, among other equipment. While the Strayhaven Rising Stars and the Cane Grove Rising Stars benefited from table tennis gear, uniforms, and gloves. The chairperson of the NDC, Keshni Ruplal, commended the minister for answering the agency's request and noted that the donation will allow the community to continue its program of engaging the youths in the communities.
I find that sports is one of the ways to get some form of relaxation. I'm big on this suicide prevention campaign, and we can see our youths tend to fall prey to those things. So I would have pushed that the grounds be fixed and some sports get involved for our young ladies and young men.
Minister Norton and his team, along with the NDC officials, also took time to visit the Coconut Dam and Granny Field grounds. The visit was to assess the range of works needed to make both areas conducive for sporting activities. Neola Damon for InfoHub.
Do you dream about dressmaking or wish you could create your own clothes? Well, a course in garment construction at the Board of Industrial Training could point you in the right direction.
31 persons are now certified to follow their fashionista dreams after having completed the BIT certified 4-month garment construction course at the Youth with Purpose Training Center at Crane West Coast, Demerara. After the graduation ceremony, 21-year-old Shalon Thomas, who chatted with InfoHub, indicated that she heard about the course through a friend.
At first, I came without no knowledge, knowing about garments, and I gained a lot from the program. Well, my plans is going about sewing, advertising my sewing, and to go farther, like putting it in stores.
Another graduate, Clarita Isaacs, who is a single mother, said that her mother was a seamstress, but unfortunately she did not get the chance to follow in her footsteps. However, having completed the BIT program, she can now carry on the family legacy.
Now I can sew my own stuff and my own clothing. I sewed my children's uniform to back to school, and I am very thankful for this program.
Addressing the graduates, Regional Executive Officer for the Essequibo Islands, West Demerara, Jennifer Ferreira-Dougal, said they should see themselves as youths with a purpose ready to take on the future.
You graduates have started on a road to enhance your community. Continue on that road as you make it your business to develop yourselves. It is through the development of self that there will be continuous inspiration for others to move forward. Knowledge is never too much when acquired.
In addition to garment construction, the graduates were taught mathematics, English language, and participated in debate competition amongst themselves. By the end of 2019, it is expected that a total of 25,000 persons would have benefited from classes offered by the Board of Industrial Training. For InfoHub, Ayana George.
With CPL's much-anticipated match on October 12 in Trinidad and Tobago, fans of the Amazon Warriors are eagerly anticipating a win from their team that will finally see them rising to the coveted CPL trophy.
Well, they're doing great, better than the past couple of years. Yeah, they achieve and they're going to reach the finals, you know what I mean?
Are you going to hang out with your friends at Durban Park?
Yeah, this is a must. We can be out there. This is a must.
Congratulations to winning those 11 games in a stretch, and I have a song for them. Warriors the best, it's better than the rest. Any other teams are no contest.
At the rate the Amazon Warrior is going, it's sending a very strong message. Not to Guyanese alone, but the world at large. Guyana is on the move. I don't know why people frighten Trinidad. This time around, Trinidad, Binidad, Barbados, whoever it may be, the Warriors is there to stay. And we're going to create a history that can never and will ever be rewritten.
Meanwhile, Director of Sport Christopher Jones said plans are moving smoothly ahead for the government's CPL watch party at Durban Park.
Be dividing Durban Park into two. And you'll have the viewing section, which is closer to the front. And we would allow persons to park their vehicles inside of Durban Park, so there's peace of mind. We will be utilizing 5 of the stands on the front. So those elderly persons who are desirous of coming and sit and watch, they can do so. Persons who want to bring out their families, they can do so. They will be comfortably seated in the stands. And for those party goers, the regular types who would want to stand and cheer the crowd on and so forth, the space is there for them as well.
The sport director encouraged persons when sharing pictures of the game on their social media platforms to do so using hashtag GAW121212 in anticipation for the Warriors' win.
That stands for the Guyana Amazon Warriors on the 12th, starting at 12 o'clock, and this is their 12th victory, which is essentially the winning of the 2019 tournament. So the hashtag again is hashtag GAW121212.
Before we close, here is a reminder. GCOM's Claims and Objections exercise begins on October 1 and ends on November 18, 2019. During this period, persons who are 18 years or older or will become 18 by December 31, 2019, and persons whose names appear on the preliminary list of electors are to visit the registration office in their respective district to verify their registration records for inclusion on the official list of electors. Also, persons whose names appear on the central registrar can also make changes or corrections to their particulars or transfers. The countrywide exercise is being conducted at all GCOM offices. That's all for today. Connect with us on WhatsApp, Facebook, and YouTube. Much more news is on our website, dpi.gov.gy, and pop over to Instagram for the latest photo updates at DPI Guyana. Your bridge and weather reports are up next. Goodbye for now.